What's up, everybody? We are live. Welcome to the show. This is the weekly beer and video review show with me, Travel Man Dan, a.k.a. Reading Man Dan, a.k.a. Movie Man Dan, or just call me Danny. Welcome to the show. We have an exciting, fantastic bunch of beers to deliver to you and review, and we got some great videos to talk about, all in between some fun stuff. So welcome to the show. I see we have Lunatic in the house. We have Freak in the house. Welcome to the show, guys. I am pumped up. I am ready to go. Let's go ahead and if this is your first time hopping on the show, let me tell you a little bit about what we do here. This is a weekly beer and video review show, so that's exactly what we do. We go ahead and review two delicious beers, and boy, we have some good ones today. We talk about them. I give you a score. I bring in my buddy Nate, the Test Bunny. He's going to be joining us in a couple of minutes, and that's what we pretty much do with the beer. Now, we also talk about the videos that came out last week on my channel, and we preview the video that's coming out this week on the channel. Whether it's Travel Man Dan, a Food Friday, or Reading Man Dan, I'll be sure to tell you more about next week's video right here on this show. We also have some fun stuff in between, like What Would You Rather, Show and Tell. I bring you a piece of good news, all swirled around the beers and videos, and it is going to be so much fun. If you're a returning guest, thanks again for joining us. I really appreciate the continued support. Like I said before, I see Freaks here, Lunatic. I'm getting much love from Scandinavia and Denmark. Always appreciate you guys hopping on. Woohoo! Eating Schism is in the house. And let's get to the comments right away. And we'll roll down these things. So I'll be sure to shoot you out if you go ahead and comment. And I am ready to go. So let you know what's going on in the show. Now it's time to bring in the guest, not the guest, the co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome in the Test Bunny, Nate. Yeah, I'm ready for football. That's
Are you ready for football?
Soccer or football?
Our football, dude, not soccer. Our football.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for football.
So we just got through the last preseason games, and I think, we got a week and a half before the first game?
Yeah, we got a week and a half. So why not we just go ahead and talk to him about it. We've mentioned it before. Me and Nate are going to get on phone separately, and we're going to go ahead and I'll let you know the schedule this week of what the next few weeks are going to look like, because football is near and dear to our hearts, and we usually switch the show around, but I kind of gave our schedules both a good glance, Nate. I think we're not going to run into too much of a problem. Pretty much the show is going to just jump to about 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which isn't a huge problem. Freak is in the house. What's up? And we have Greg Z. Welcome, Greg
What's up,
Z.
Greg?
All right. We have some OGs. Calvin in the house. Welcome to the show. So, yeah, we're pumped up to get ready for that. Me and Nate will get together this week and let you know what the schedule will be looking like. Other than that, Nate, welcome to the show. How was your week? You're ready for football? What's going on?
Hey, man, it's starting to cool off a little bit here in Las Vegas. I'm ready for football weather. Everybody back in the Northeast, I'm sure you guys are starting to get that crisp, clean smell in the air that I remember growing up at the end of August, early September. We don't have that here in Las Vegas. I just smell dust. But, yeah, I'm ready for a break in the weather, ready for football. Cannot wait. The Eagles are going to go 17. No, they're not, but it'll be fun to watch them this year.
Yeah, I wish we were getting a little bit of breaking the heat. It is hot as hell still here in California.
108 yesterday here.
Wonder Strudel, 108.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, it's probably close to 100 here. It's baking. But the great thing about it, Nate, is I live literally 200 yards from a freshwater lake. So I'm really pumped up. I already got my swimsuit packed up in my work bag for tomorrow. So
are you gonna go? You're gonna go swim?
Yeah, hell yeah.
In the morning or after work?
After work. So I put the swim shorts in the backpack, and then I change at work, and then I drive home. I don't even go back up to the apartment. I just park and I walk on over. It's awesome. Yeah, we have some good people in the house today. Greg Z, Freak, welcome. Wonder Strudel, always a pleasure. Guys, let's get right into the beer, Nate. Are you excited? Hey, what's up? Come jump on my pool, Rocco. Rocco, if you don't mind, I was going to call you after the show. I think I will come over with my shorts. I'd love to jump in. And, yeah, I got to take look at a piece of limestone. So if you wouldn't mind, I think I'm going to come on over.
The blow up pool. So you're relegated to the blow up pool in the corner of the lot. You got to be in there by yourself.
Dude, Rocco's got the most amazing pool. No Speedo, he says. No. What would you do, Rocco?
Oh, man.
He's got his family over. All his aunts and uncles are hanging out. And I come rocking the Speedo. Oh, man.
An American flag Speedo.
That'd be great, dude. All right. Well, welcome, Rocco. Rocco on Facebook. Yes, I believe so. But guys, let's talk about this beer. Nate, I'm excited because this is one of my favorite breweries. It's I don't know if it's up and coming in terms of how long they've been around. I think they've been around actually for a while, but they are just cranking out some delicious beers. We've reviewed some of them here. They got great designs on their cans. And today's beer, I'm a little curious about because I've tried a few of them over the sphere of trying beers and reviewing, and I don't like them. I don't like sours? Well, yeah, that's pretty much. Thanks for jumping on that. That's what we're reviewing, guys. And we are going to be reviewing today from Boulevard Brewing Company this Chill Vibes Sour Ale with Cucumber. Check that out, guys. That is a weird-looking beer, if I will say so myself. Nate talked about it. Nate, what do you like about sours? Are you a sour fan?
I do like it. I like sours a lot. It's a little bit different. Typically, it depends. There's sours that are going to make you pucker, almost like a lemon, and there's ones that are going to be a little bit more subdued. But yeah, I really like sours. I like Boulevard as a brewer. This is part of their seasonal offering. It's not one of their year-round, so you want to get this during the summertime. Pretty much, it's a summer drink. So I'm excited to try it.
Great. HSB says hi, all. Hello, HSB. All right. So it's kind of a weird combination. I guess a sour ale with cucumber.
Yeah.
But hey, who knows? We don't know until we actually try it. Nate, the alcohol percent is what on this guy?
4.5.
4.5. Okay, so it's
light. It's going to be light. It's kind of like a session beer almost. So this is something you would probably drink 4, 5, 6 of them on a hot summer day.
And that sour ale in the morning. Ooh.
All right.
All right, let's go ahead and crack this baby open. I'll let you know what it smells like.
Oh, yeah, definitely sour. I can smell the cucumber.
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm not getting too much of anything. It's okay, but let's go ahead and pour it into the cup. I bet you this is going to be light. A glass, what do you think? Yep, there it is, Nate. Take a look at that.
Yep.
Super
light, clear almost. Kind of looks like what a typical macro lager would look like.
Yeah, look, I mean even more, dude.
Let's see if it holds. No lacing.
I can literally see through this beer. It's been a long time since I've seen through beers. Let me go ahead and try to read one of these comments. Yeah, hello, Tenacious Freak and Drunatic. Super light. Now I smell a little bit of the cucumber, Nate.
A little cucumber, almost like a lemon zest kind of something.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely cucumber in there. It kind of smelled. Have you ever had Hendrick's gin?
Oh, have I ever had Hendrick's?
That's what it smells like.
Love the tubular glass bottle, and yeah, Hendrick's is great. Hey, anyway, cheers, Nate. Chink.
Clink.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's sour.
I like sour. Holy crapola.
It's very, very sour.
That right there. Okay, now I'm getting the aftertaste of the cucumber.
Yep.
Solid flavor, to be honest with you. It's just if you're not ready for it, I mean, we were ready for it, and we were like, wow, it is super sour. It reminds me of some weird kombucha drink, like an off-brand that you might find at the 99-cent market. like they're getting in on the kombucha, so they're brewing it out back or something, and just something ain't right. Very light and clean. Like the can says cool and crisp. It is very light.
It is.
It's very clean, but it's super soury. And it basically, you can taste the cucumber towards the end of the sip. Nate, what do you think?
Yeah, when they say cool, crisp, and fresh, that's exactly what it is. It pours really light golden. This is probably what a Bud Light would look like. Maybe a Bud Heavy, something like that. But
Yeah.
it's definitely sour forward. That's the first thing that hits your tongue. The
Whew.
cucumber comes a little bit towards the end of the palate. But I like this. This is something I would drink today. I am drinking it today. I would drink multiple of these.
I don't know if I would drink 6 of them. I just burped and blew it out, and had, whew, man. That's a pretty stinky burp, I'll tell you that much. You don't want to be doing that on a first date.
Lemon head.
Yeah, it's exactly what it tastes like. Imagine you go out with a girl on the first date and give me a couple of sours.
It's almost like you would want to drink this after a meal to aid in digestion. Like that's kind of what it tastes like.
Yeah, that's a great point, Nate. This is the type of beer that's got so much sour thing. It's almost It's not like on the realm of like medicine, but it feels like it would be something healthy for you. It's just so weird tasting. But hey, we got 12 full ounces. I'm excited about drinking that. Let's get on with the show, guys. I just want to point this out real quick. Rest in peace to all the people that lost their lives in the Afghan explosion the other day. It's just a complete tragedy. It's a mess what's going on over there, and my heart breaks for it. We've been talking a little bit about the show. I'm not going to get into it because we don't do politics. We don't do all this kind of stuff. But man, how sad to see that carnage afterwards from some of those home videos, and I just can't fathom what it would be like. Man, hey, Brendan's here. Welcome, Brendan Messick. Well, holy cow. Yes, Duffy's in the house. What's up,
Rick?
Yeah, miss you, man. Hope you're doing well. We have Martin. Hello, Martin. Guys, this would be a perfect, who's the sweet Black Plague Chill? What? Where's that one? No.
Oh, that one was tough.
Yeah, that one. Remember Eat It or Not? Oh, man, that was fun. That was good stuff, dude. For about 6 weeks, I really looked forward to see what this guy was going to eat. Well, welcome to the show. We have some new people. We have some old people. But I will say that if we do get 20 people, beer.com. Okay, the funnel will come out, and we will be chugging Modelo's. One of the other things I'd like to say is he mentioned it last week. I don't know if you remember that. If we do get 30 people in the room, Nate will tattoo the Pacifico symbol on his arm or on his neck.
Not my neck.
Somewhere where you
I will not do it on my neck.
Where you can see it. So please, if we get 30 people in the room, I would love to have that. Nate will go ahead and get tattooed. We'll make a video of it. I'll drive to Vegas. And we'll hook him up with a tattoo dealer and get that one. Nate, do you remember saying that?
Well, yeah, of course I remember because I texted you, about 3 or 4 days ago, like kind of had a flashback of the show. And I was like, do you remember that I said 30 people and I would get a tattoo? You're like, of course I remember. I'll never forget that.
I'm pushing. So please, okay, get your friends, get your family, go ahead and post this video or one of the videos on one of your socials. Let's spread the word. Let's get the joy. Let's get Nate to get tattooed. And oh boy. All right. Welcome. Miss you, man. Mom, Nate. Well, she'll be here. Here, right? Anyway, moving on to the next thing. Nate, I don't know how you feel about this one. I don't know how I feel about this one because next to McDonald's, I think they ranked number 2 right behind McDonald's. And I'm talking about French fries. We all know McDonald's has the best fries, right? That's pretty much a given anywhere around the world. But who has the second best fries?
Fast food wise?
Yeah, Duff, you're awesome. Just shared on Facebook. Thank you, Duffy.
Are we talking global fast food? Or are we talking like In-N-Out being there, for example?
In-N-Out's fries are the worst.
I'm just asking a qualifier.
If you like fragments of cardboard, go to In-N-Out.
Oh, stop.
It's terrible, dude. See, Brendan,
I don't know the answer to that. Wiener Schnitzel has good fries, believe it or not.
They're a little bit soggier. Okay, well done, Rick. Thank you.
Burger Kings are
dude.
garbage. Do you like curly fries from Arby's?
No, Brendan. You and your brother have the worst taste in fries. Arby's curly fries are disgusting. They got that disgusting seasoning on it that only people like. It's terrible. And there's always one.
You put it in the horsey sauce. It's a home run.
There's always one that's really hard and crunchy, and it somehow finds its way because it's been sitting in the grease
what about when you get the home style Arby's fries and you get 3 or 4 of the curlies in there? That's the best case scenario.
I hate. Look at this. Chris Duncan, another kid from Kenmore, says, "What's up, Chris?" He says the curly fries, no friggin' way. Checkers and brownies.
There you go. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
I'm talking about fries, guys, and I don't know. Arby's sucks, okay? The curly fries, I'll give you the top 3 worst fries. Number 1 is Arby's. Number 2 is In-N-Out. And number 3 would probably be
Burger King.
Yeah, Burger King. But
these fries are dog poop.
Animal, no.
No, he's right. The animal style. How could you not like that?
You want to talk debatable? Oh, here, take a slice of cheese and put it on there with some glop. No,
glop. What does that even mean? You got the spread on there. You got caramelized onions. It's good.
Not glop.
Oh,
Just
hold on, but before we continue, can I ask about your hairdo today? You look like you were out of like Pleasantville. What is going on? You parted it right down the middle. You look insane.
Well, I have two things really. I like to do characters and things and stuff like that. So, I'm getting a haircut on Tuesday, so I'm going to look fresh and clean.
There you go.
And 2, I've been watching a lot of Three Stooges. And I really like I really like the way Shemp does his hair.
You do? You like that?
I do. All right. Chris, I don't know what you're getting at, but that's where this whole tangent ran off. Now we're talking about my hair. Yes, Nate, this is what I wanted to bring up. This is not one of the worst, so I hope, Chris, that you're not saying that this is the worst. I'm saying they're probably number 2. This is Wendy's. Okay, and I want to bring to everyone's attention that Wendy's is now changing their fry recipe.
Really?
Oh, yes. You're going to notice a difference, and as soon as you taste it, Wendy's president Kurt Kane told CNN, okay, the proof will be in the tasting. He said, what we've done is balanced the cut of the fry and kept a little bit of the skin of the potato on the fry to be able to drive the flavor. We use the batter system that allows us to be able to maintain crispiness, not bad, both when they're fresh and out of the fryer, as 7 minutes later will do. So I'm really curious what that's going to be like, because I loved Wendy's, and basically they're going to do it where they only peel the side of the potato, and then when they whack it down into the thing, so the tops have.
You still have a little bit of the skin. You know what? So the problem with this is, which is a meta problem, an overarching problem, is that what you just talked about sounds like something they're creating in a laboratory. And that doesn't sit well with me when it comes to food. And that's what they do. They try and figure out the best combination of salt, sweet, and fat, so that when it hits your tongue, it's convincing you that you really, really like it. I don't like that game. It's not a chef that's creating this. It's a laboratory. It's a scientist. You can keep them.
Yeah, I kind of almost wish, like, if I had a time machine, I would go back in time to the 70s. I'd go to a fast food store, and I'd grab the lard and the oil that they used in the vat, and then I would take that, because the fries and the shit that was in the fryer in the 80s, it just tasted different.
It did. I mean, McDonald's 80s fries.
Yeah.
I mean, I was also a kid, so it's a little bit different. I liked everything from there, but it was different. It was certainly different. I think it was the trans fat movement that kind of changed everything.
Possibly. Hey, Calvin says, what about DQ?
I don't think I've ever had them.
I don't know too much about it. Chris is on it. Yes, they are. Hey, have trolling. Welcome to the show. All right. Sorry, trolling. We are all here. This is what we're drinking, guys. It is a Boulevard Brewing Company. I am getting some gaseous sour burps from hell. But, yeah.
Are you enjoying it more after the first couple of sips?
Yeah, yeah. After the first sip, I actually kind of like it because even more than the sour taste, I think that the taste that's most prominent is the cucumber.
Yeah, yeah, it actually is. I didn't expect to taste cucumber like that, but especially on the back of the palate, it's there, it's present, it's pretty much the flavor of the beer with the combination of sour, which I think is kind of unique.
Yeah, what I think is kind of weird and interesting about this beer, and it just came to my taste buds and went through the little mind factory that I call my brain, is, you have this sour ale, right? And then you have it's mixed with cucumbers, right? Well, what's a sour cucumber?
Pickle.
That's it. That's what this tastes like. It is a pickle.
You know what? Now that you say that, that's a great call.
Yeah.
Is it pickly? But it's like a pickle without dill.
Yeah, it's like the pickle juice, and it's just a weird taste. But guys, if you like this taste, and I just happened to I went to the store the other day, I picked up a few of them. I don't normally like them. I go back to them a few times just to see if the change. They put a 1, they change the design, they call it list, they call it light, they call it free, they call it this. I wanted to try it out, so I tried out this one of the Gatorades. Okay, and lo and behold, it is lime cucumber.
Okay. Oh, I've had it. I like that.
It's very strange. It's like
it's similar to that.
It's very similar, except for not as sour. So if you see this one, you might want to give it a try. It's called lime cucumber. It's a light kind of green, as you would imagine, like an aqua green. But interesting that I just happened to buy it yesterday, and we were doing this beer. So weird connection. I don't know, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, Nate. It's not too bad.
I think it's better than not too bad. I would buy it again.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I would drink it all day long, but it's a nice change up. Like if you're drinking a couple of PBRs and you throw this one in the middle, it's almost like it's a palate cleanser kind of.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I think overall it's not bad. Going back to the news, guys, I don't know if you guys saw, but the man named Saran, the man convicted of assassinating Senator Robert F. Kennedy in 1968, was recommended for parole on Friday. So after serving 53 years in prison, he is now 77. He is now in the hands of the California governor. I don't know how you feel about that, but it'll be interesting. If everything, let's say that Two-Faced, Gavin Newsom, the governor, let's see if he reminds me of Two-Faced. Sorry.
You gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful.
I know. I didn't mean that directly. I'm just saying he really reminds me of two people. The guy from American Psycho and a Two-Faced comic book character. So that's no slight at anybody's political preference, but I'm just saying he has the ability to put a stop on this. Not sure how you feel about it. Just thought I would bring it up. Don't really care what your opinion is. Just thought I would bring it up. Pretty interesting, Nate. 53 years.
I mean, the whole system's set up that you're supposed to pay your debt to society, right? I don't have an opinion on the whole thing, but he did that. So he outlasted it. Yeah, I never thought that would happen.
It's just really weird because I don't know how it would feel if somebody killed somebody so close to me, and because what had happened is 2 of Robert Kennedy's sons were petitioning for him to be released. That was where the strong petition was. So I just, I just thought I would bring it up. Let's just move on from that. I don't know. Nate mentioned earlier football. I don't know if you saw Josh Allen. Hey, looked pretty damn good, dude. Looked pretty damn good. Dude, he was throwing pea darts to Gabriel. Gabriel Davis is going to be a stud.
He's good. He's good too. I mean, with Stephon Diggs already there, you already got your one. So Gabriel Davis can absolutely slide into that kind of. I guess with Cole Beasley, he's going to get a ton of targets, right? He'll probably have 80, 90 catches again. So he's a perfect number 3 receiver.
Yeah. It's a very interesting because I always start to wonder, Buffalo's a small market team. If Gabriel Davis has another breakout year, they can't keep Diggs and Mike, him. So very interesting. Looking forward to it. This could be our year. I think it is. No life left, no TV here at my castle. All right. That's pretty cool. They're living in a castle. But I don't know if you guys also noticed the New York Yankees, okay? They went on a tear, Nate. 13 games in a row. They finally lost yesterday to Oakland Athletics by 1 run, 3-2. They came back in the top of the ninth. Aaron Judge hit a deep bomb way out, dude. I mean, him and Stanton are hitting shots, dude. Every home run is 450 plus.
I think I saw that Giancarlo Stanton had the hardest hit ball.
Probably, dude.
He's past like 10 years or something like that. Just recently, he just absolutely hit a laser beam and it's like 120 miles per hour off the bat.
He is going nuts, dude. I got the TV, but no channels. Nice. Yeah, that's funny that you said that, have Trolling and Drunatic, because Nate, I actually got a TV. I think it's the first TV I've had in 14 years.
13-inch?
No. I did have a 13-inch.
The bubble screen?
Yes, I just threw it out a few months ago.
Did you?
Yep. I had it, and I lived in Hollywood, and I kept it like above my thing where I would watch VHS Jackie Chan movies, and it had a Saber sticker. I was sad to see it go, but no, I have a much bigger TV. It's the first time I've had a TV in 14 years that actually like works with regular cable and stuff like that. It was before I left from China a few years that I even had a TV. So pretty excited at that. You're better off without the TV. Well, I put restrictions on it like a teenager. I'm not allowed to watch it unless all my work's done, aka Travel Man Dan, because it's late. And I'm not allowed to turn it on until 9 o'clock. But I went and fell asleep the other day watching a movie. So it felt wonderful on the couch. I woke up and you don't know where you are. It's like 11:15 and you're like, what is this?
So just to piggyback off that very, very quickly, my mom's not in the room right now, but when we were growing up, she convinced my brother and I, my brother's on, that our TV had a timer on it. So when we would get home 3:30 in the afternoon, my mom is a teacher, right? So she wouldn't get home for an hour and a half, 2 hours after us. And we believed that if we turned that TV on when she wasn't there, it was tracking the minutes that we watched the TV. For like 5 to 7 years, we thought that this was a thing until I finally pulled the TV. You remember how heavy those TVs were?
Oh, yeah.
I pulled it back and I had my brother look and go, where's that timer at? I wasn't until like 15 years old I realized there was no timer.
That's funny. Man, that's hilarious. I love it. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh, man. Well, I think you guys are all right. Brendan is definitely right. Spot on. He's remembering that's laughing. And Drunatic, yes, I've had computers and monitors and stuff where I've watched stuff, but I'm talking about TV in the living room, in the parlor. Like now it's
parlor.
Ready.
In the parlor. Who the hell says that?
I mean, it goes with the hair. All right, get some Netflix, Disney, YouTube, and that's all great. Yes, I have Netflix thanks to Nate. He brought me in, and I'm thinking about getting Disney Plus because you may or may not know this. I'm getting another ACL reconstruction on October 12th. So I'm going to be doing a lot of sitting around for at least a month, and I want to go ahead. There's going to be a couple of things being done. I'm working on finally finishing the coloring book and going ahead and finding the right publishing, but I'm also going to be doing a lot of sitting around and chilling. So what do you guys recommend? I'm saying Disney sounds like a good call. Have Trolling, clever moments. Yes, smart mother, she is. But yeah, that's it, guys. We are drinking this weird beer called Chill Vibes. It is. You said it's a seasonal, right, Nate?
It is. It's not a regular offering, so you'll probably get this mostly in the summertime. I like it, man.
I do too, and I really like Boulevard Ale. I want to bring you guys in on something. I want to show you a little bit of Boulevard Ale, if you will. Take a look at some of the stuff going on over here. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up Boulevard Ale. And I'll show you guys some cool stuff.
They have a really unique offering of beers. Like they kind of much like Evil Twin out of New York or Stanford. I forget where it is exactly, but they try to tackle interesting flavors. Like you remember the Easy Sport we recently did? I like that beer. That's a good beer. Yeah, I did like that.
Easy Sport. Yeah, and they got that like they have the Giga Hop, they have the Space Camper.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
They got one called Steep Drop, which is a nitro cold brew milk stout that I'd really like to try.
Huh. Okay. Guys, take a look. You see their label right here, Boulevard Brewing Company. But take a look at their brewery here in Kansas City. Now look at that.
Are we going to go or what?
Hell yeah, we're going to go. Look at that thing. I'm going to walk right up these steps, and I'm going to go in through these doors, and I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to probably sit right here where this person is. I mean, I can't really tell what's going on over here, but inside you can see the vats. I mean, what a beautiful building, great landscaping. It just looks like a badass brewery. And let's take a look inside. Look at that. Boom. That looks like a modern American beer hall. You can belly up right here. What do you think, Nate?
Are you kidding me, dude? That's what I like right there. It's kind of like an indoor beer garden.
Yes. Yeah, kind of like you see like in Europe, but indoors, like you said. Really, really nice. Let's take a look. You know, you can see, Nate, all their kegs, all their brewery. Just a really cool looking place. Really looking forward to going over to Kansas City and checking that place out. What do you guys think? Has anyone ever been there?
Kansas City, Kansas? No.
No, to the Boulevard Brewing Company.
You didn't correct me. That's not in Kansas. But yeah, I have not been there. No.
No, there is a Kansas City, Kansas. That's why.
That's not where it is.
No, it's in Kansas City, Missouri. If you're super woke shows, Disney is for you. Well, I don't know what's super. I guess I'm not super woke. I'm a little woke. I mean, what's fair is fair, right? But is that more like I don't like MTV nowadays. They used to play music. If you like Marvel, Disney, okay, yeah, I definitely like Marvel. I like Disney. I love Marvel. Says Half Trolling. I'll have to check it out. That brewery looks dope. I used the movie projector to watch Marvel. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a great way to watch movies. But yeah, what did you think of that brewery? How would you like to go there? Nicholas, welcome. I'm not sure if you're in Chile or if you're in Latvia, but I hope you're doing good. Please say hi to Ginta. Welcome to the show. We're at 8 people, guys, a little bit less than what we're normally used to. So I don't know if we'll get a chance to use the beer bong. I don't know if Nate's going to do the tattoo this week, but let's go ahead and keep pushing it. Let's give him that tattoo. Let's do beer bongs. But right now, welcome to the show, Nicholas. This is what we're drinking, Nate. Let's get this sucker whacked down, and I'll get into this afternoon. Yeah, it's got a really distinct taste.
It does. I've never had a beer with cucumber in it before.
Yeah, it's delicious, to be honest with you. I'm almost finished with it. It's really good. I'm liking it a lot better than when I first started it. I loved the way that the cucumber mixes with the sour. Tom said, "Oh, we're doing the beer bong." Well, if Tom says so, we might as well do one. We'll wait till a second.
Hold on a second. You can't just have people, hey, you're doing it anyway, and you got to get to 20.
Yeah, I think he's kind of right, Tom. Bring in 12 of your friends, will you please? Call them. Doesn't matter if they're getting married or if they're riding a motorcycle. Tell them to log in and check out the show. Have Trolling says, sounds cool, Lunatic. Hope to see it someday. That would be cool if you guys all link up in Denmark. Hopefully one day. Hey, guys, let's go ahead and talk about some good news. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and we'll give you a score. Nate, listen to this one. Do you know what busking is?
What?
Busking.
Spell it.
Busking.
No.
So busking is like street performing. When you go out and you perform, whether you're spoken word, I that I'm he, and a she is that is him. These are the things that are together. I don't know what your thing is, or if you play a little tunes, okay, whatever it is, you do it in street performing. But this guy, check this out. Tony Valentine Carter was performing his usual routine at a piano bar in the Concourse A of Hatfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. when he crossed paths with Carlos Whitaker on July 21st. After striking up a conversation, I don't think they were talking about our beer show. Maybe they were talking about my channel. Maybe he likes Food Friday. I'm not sure, but they were talking. Okay, Whitaker decided to call on his 220,000 Instagram supporters and followers to support this hardworking pianist busker. Okay, Good Morning America reported within hours, Whitaker's fans and his efforts donated $60,000 in tips for Carter playing the piano at the airport. Can you freaking believe it?
60,000?
60,000. Isn't that nuts?
Yes.
Man, I was like shocked. Do not tattoo, Nathan. Do not do the tattoo. No, we want no voice of reason coming in on this show. Okay. Be right back making food. Oh, do the tattoo. Emily says he'll do it what he wants. We got a little spat. I used to take pictures of that Chucky and other movies. But Nate, how about that for good news? $60,000 to a guy that's
you're changing someone's life.
Yeah, and who knows how long he's been doing that. Maybe he's been doing it for a year. Maybe he's doing it for 5 years. He brings a lot of joy to people at the airport, probably brings down the stress level. And he said something along the lines, I'm not going to sure exactly what he said, but it's now my gratitude to go ahead and make sure this money gets to helping people, you know. And, hey, how about Carlos Whitaker? What an outstanding thing to do, using your platform, the power of your followers and growth to go and help others. And I love this, Nate, because that's, you know, we talk about a lot of this offside the show. I just hope I can get there one day. I feel confident that I will get there, and I'll be able to use this platform as an entertainer to go ahead and do stuff like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I can raise $60,000 for a piano player in an airport, but I probably can put something together that will help some people somewhere in the world. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, the amount of money is irrelevant, right? As long as you're doing something to contribute and pay it forward to some extent, 60,000 or $60, it makes a difference, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, it absolutely does. And well, good news. I love to hear stuff like that. Let's whack this guy down, and then we'll get into the score, show and tell, and then we'll start the other beer. Here we go.
I already whacked mine down.
Oh, man.
That hair, dude, I can't get over it. Or, dude, you got pomade in your hair? Is that what that is?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, I use my own style of Dapper Dan. Dan. But getting back into the Boulevard Chill vibe, sour ale with cucumber, guys. Look, I'm going to be real honest with you. The initial sip, I didn't know how I was going to get through it. I had flashbacks of 26C. Don't ever want to try that beer again. All right.
26C.
It was the lowest.
Is that a flight?
It was the lowest ranking beer on the show.
Oh.
It was a beer that
on a flight.
It was a beer with salt and lemon, and it was promoted to help you as you finish a marathon. It was bad. It was one of my earlier shows. I'm probably sure that Barrow and Freak were there, but guys, we have 10 people in the room. Let's get 10 more. But this beer, like I said, was clean. It was overall refreshing sour flavor, as I felt like I was drinking down a jar of pickle juice. And I know that seems weird, but still refreshing. I see where sitting on that patio in Kansas City would be a delightful experience drinking this beer on a hot summer afternoon. I feel like it's got a lot of different complexities going on. I don't feel like you're even drinking beer, but overall, as I finished it, I felt it was wonderful. I liked it. The taste grew on me. I'm giving it a score of a 4.0.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go a 3.0, and I like it. I actually really like it. Yeah, I like the beer. I don't know if it's some high-level flavor, something that's out of the ordinary. It's the flavor itself, the profile is different. But for me, it's just a 3.0. I do like it. I would drink it again, but I don't think it's some exceptional flavor.
Oh, well, you said numerous times that you would have like 6 or 5 of these.
Dude, I do that with Miller High Life. I do it with Bud Light. I can drink a lot of beers, 6 of them. So to me, it's in that level, 3.0.
Okay. All right. Price. Nate, what did we pay for this?
$1.99 for this can.
Can't beat it. I don't know what it's going to be like pouring it out of the draft because it is a specialty beer. It is a seasonal beer. I felt like that's a good price. And to be honest with you, even though it's a 4.5% alcohol, I feel like it's stronger. I don't know why. I just feel a little buzzed already. Overall, the price was good. I'm going to give it a score of a 3.5. Anytime you can get a beer for $2, I'll take it. I feel like I'm at a 7-Eleven in Hong Kong. Nate?
I know what you mean about that. Yeah, for me, 3.0, I don't think it's well priced. I think it's moderately priced. And the 4.5% for me, yeah, I'd probably see if it was $1.50, I'd be a little bit better of a score. So 3.0.
Wow. Okay. Brendan says drink 6 Speedway stouts. No way, Jose. You're going to be rolled up in a volleyball net in somebody's backyard in the mud. Yeah, you'll be done. You'll be done. I mean, and if you do it at a Christmas party,
oh, yes,
you'll be talked about for years.
You'll never go back.
You want to be famous. You want to be famous in a certain circle of people. Drink 6 Speedway stouts and just go out in public. Ginta, welcome. All right, we're at 11. Welcome, guys. So design. I happen to love the design. I like that Boulevard typically keeps their symbol in line with what they're doing. I think that's really cool. I think that's unique. And I think that gives them their signature move. Okay, see the triangle, the little diamond, the square. I think that's great. Now what they do is they go ahead and they play with the fonts. They play with the color. Overall, I like this can. I think it's interesting. It brought its attention to me. We're at 12 people. Now I'm going to give this a score of a 4.0.
So was it a diamond, a square, or a triangle? Which one was it?
Well, it's a square sideways. It's a diamond, and it's a triangle at the point. That's the way I saw it, dude.
All right. But yeah, I mean, I
nice try after I got on you about the 5 or 6 beers.
Exactly.
We would go for it.
I like the design of this. When you look at this, you kind of expect it to be a cucumber sour, right? Like that color green that means something somehow subliminally to me. But yeah, the majority of their beers, they have that diamond kind of facing here. It's all over their beers. Tank 7 has it. Bob's 47 has it. All of their year rounds have it. So I like it. I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay. Being a little stingy today, but that's all right. Accessibility. I don't know how well they're promoted throughout the United States. I think that we got lucky they're promoted pretty well.
Yeah, they're all over the place. It's a big brewer. It's probably one of the top 10, 15, 20 in the country probably when it comes to these craft beers.
Huh. Okay. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I saw that their establishment has some pretty big production things going on. And the fact that they're able to do, because typically what I found is the more variety a brewery has, the different beers that they are able to put out, especially if they have seasonals, they're probably doing something right. Their distribution rights are probably pretty good, which means they got the South covered, the North, and the West. Okay. Got to give it up to them for them. I don't know exactly how popular these beers are around the world. And for that, I'm going to give them a little ding at 3.5.
Yeah, I think that's a fair score. I'm going to go 3.5 as well because I'm going to give it a bump. For American distribution, I think majority of the places in the States, as long as you're near a fairly decent sized city, you will be able to find Boulevard beer. Now, where it might get dinged is the fact that this is a seasonal. So the distribution for a seasonal beer will likely be less so than of their year-round offering. So 3.5.
Yeah, because you have like a huge, massive brewery like Samuel Adams, and when they do their cherry wheat or their Oktoberfest, that's only around for like 2 months.
Yep.
And like they're massive. I mean, so Boulevard, the fact that they can get this chill vibes out here, and we go out in Nevada, well, it's still going to get a pretty good score for being accessible in the United States. Moving on to the TMD X Factor, there's 3 things I really like about this. One, they keep putting out a great product when we buy it. Every beer that we've reviewed has been pretty good.
Yeah.
Number 2, I love the fact that they respond to me on Instagram. They send me stuff and they go ahead and they say, "Good, give me a cheers," or just a thumbs up or whatever. I can't tell you how much that helps me, that encourages me and moves the support when I'm reviewing a beer and I get an acknowledgement from that brewery. I think that's amazing and I love that. So thank you. And lastly, I didn't like sours. I think they're, probably not the best of things to drink, to be honest with you. I think they like kombucha. But this one turned me a little bit. This one I actually really enjoyed. And I like that. So for the TMD X Factor, I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 4.5.
Wow. I'm going to go 3.5. I like it. I would drink it again. I like the fact it's from Boulevard. They're a good brewery. I like that they're trying to do something different. I've never had a cucumber ale before. It's interesting. For me, 3.5.
Got it. Carlos says, Dan, you're the man. Carlos Z, welcome. Nate, you're getting there. Very cool. Love having you on here. Love the way you sign in. Guys, what a great score. I am shocked. Okay. I didn't know that. To be honest with you, we were going to do this one a couple weeks ago, and I passed on it because I wasn't sure how I would feel with the sour. But, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give Boulevard Brewing's Cool Vibes Sour Ale with Cucumbers a score of a 19.5.
That's a good score, man.
Yeah, that's a great score.
Much better than mine. It's a pretty big variance there. So I'm at 16.5, which I think is our cutoff for a good beer to not good beer, kind of. So, yeah, it's right there. It's teetering. It's on the fence. I do like it. 16.5.
It got above 16, and I know what you're thinking. Remember, we talked about this before. We have 5 categories, up to 5. If you add them up, that a high score would be 25. If you divided it, 12.5. The bar is not at 12.5 because you have things like accessibility and price, and they might be very, very differential no matter where you are. So as the show continues to go on, let's say that you're drinking Budweiser at a bar and you're reviewing it there and you get it at a very cheap price, or it's very accessible as opposed to some weird strange beer that you got on a Greek island that nobody knows about, and then, hey guys, I also want to remind you, if you ever want to go ahead and let me know a good beer to review, please go ahead and let me know in the comments. Shoot me a direct message. I'd love to try a beer from your city, your town, your state, your country. Whatever you guys have in mind, we'd love to try it. I'll do my best to get it. If you ever want to send it to me, I don't mean that in a kind of greedy, selfish way, but I will give you an address to send it to, and I'll go ahead and review it here. But I just wanted to put that out there. We're always trying new beers. I know we pretty much stick to a lot of American dominant ones because we live here in the United States, and beer culture is booming right now. But let me know down in the comments if you ever want me to try a beer. I'll go for it and give it a look. All right. A lot of Danish breweries have Xmas beer. Yes, they do. And I'll tell you what, I would love, Travel Man Dan's a huge Christmas fan. I love Christmas. If one day I can ever find a woman to marry me, I'm going to get married over at Tivoli during Christmas. It's kind of like on the beach in Vietnam. Pretty cool. Beer bong one. Carlos coming in with the comments.
Hot, dude.
Yo, Lisa Lenning, welcome to the show. She is a Coors Light fan. That's great. Well, I'll tell you what. If you can, I have some Coors Light. We're ready to beer bong it up. We're ready to throw it down the gullet as fast as we can. We just need a few more people to hop in here. Which ones are your favorite Latvian beer? I would say my favorite Latvian beer is the black cereal with raspberry grain beer. I don't know what it is, Nate. It's like this crazy. I did a review on it. It was fantastic. My buddy Giannis, he gave it to me. Latvian beer is delicious. It's very
strong. That beer, the raspberry beer.
Not stronger than anything that we've done here. It's not. I'm at the point where people tell me strong beer. Listen, if it's a strong beer, it's got to be like 8% and above now. Even though on the show it's 6%. Yeah, strong beers. I like the Speedway Stout that we did. Yeah. Wow, Danny, that must be magical. Yeah, it is beautiful. I would love it. I just got to find that woman. Anyway, Nate, the next beer is going to be a fun beer. why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your adventures in Taiwan?
Jeez. Yeah, so this beer, the Taiwan beer, right? So Taiwan, obviously, there's a lot of political discussion surrounding that region of the country. If you're talking to someone that's Taiwanese, they're obviously an independent country. If you talk to someone that's Chinese, maybe less so. But one of the things that you see everywhere is, and it's just called plainly, Taiwan beer. And the big thing, if you're traveling there, is night markets, right? So when you go to Taiwan, that's one of the showstoppers. It's going to the night markets. They're all over the city. If you're in Taipei, you have like Rao He, Shilling, all these different night markets, and they are extravagant when it comes to their offerings for food. Thousands of people in the middle of the street at night, different stalls everywhere. And what is everybody drinking? Taiwan beer. So there's a particular dish that's really famous. It's an oyster omelet that comes with like a particular gravy on. I don't really know what it's made from. And then like cut up lettuce. And what do you see everybody drinking when they're eating that? Taiwan beer. So that's the beer today. The second one, Taiwan is an incredible place. Taipei is an awesome, awesome city. If you haven't been to Asia and you want to go, Hong Kong, Taipei, those are two places that you would want to go see first. They're awesome places. Taiwan's a great spot. So I'm excited to try this beer again.
Yeah, and what Nate is actually talking about is not Taiwan beer like beers in Taiwan. Literally, Taiwan beer, guys. That is today's beer. You may remember this when we brought Jasmine on the show, the YouTube cooking friend of mine who is an actress. She was an actress in Taiwan. This was the beer that she was drinking. It was in a silver can. Marissa, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Marissa. Cannot see the Facebook. I don't know why, Quinta, but yeah, this is what we're drinking. It is also 4.5%.
Yep.
And Nate, I got my lucky red lighter. Let's go ahead and crack this. Wait, huh? And Nate, I have my lucky red bottle opener. I said lighter, and you didn't even flinch. So it's funny.
I'm focused on the beer, man.
Oh, yes, you are. All right. I wish I had one of those oyster omelets.
Dude, those are good. I mean, it's like little baby oysters inside the egg. Have you ever had one?
I probably somewhere. One of my, I don't want to say regrets because I can still conquer it, but one of the things that I'm a little upset about is I never actually went to Taiwan. I was this close from moving there. Okay, I secured a job as a PE teacher. I went to this huge thing. It all worked out for the better, but I was going to work in Kaohsiung, or the Kaohsiung, the other city. So the next day, the guy was like, yeah, we'll come back. We'll give you the contract. And he called me that evening and said that the principal had found a candidate and hired them on the spot.
Oh, I remember that, actually.
Yeah. Not now, whether or not that's true or not, who knows? But here we are. It all worked out for the better. We are drinking Taiwan beer. Nate, if you don't mind, before I go ahead and pour it into the cup, I just want to swig it out of the bottle.
Yep. It tastes like Asian mackerel beer.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Feels like it's been in the bottle for a while.
Yeah, it's got a funk to it.
It's got a funk to it, but not a skunk to it.
Yeah, I agree.
There's something weird going on there. I don't know if it's like, if it almost tastes like if you leave Cheerios in milk for a very long time and then you drink the milk. It tastes like that weird grainy malty flavor.
Do you know what it is? This beer is made with rice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's not. I mean, that's not the main grain, right? But there is rice in this, which I think is quite unique. And it's probably more popular in Asian countries than it would be here. So that might be that little.
He said the main grain. Remember? Yeah. Hey, bro, I gotta drain the main vein.
Jesus. The main vein. All right, let's pour this thing.
Hey, man, I got to drain the main vein. So if you ever say that, you know what that means. Let's go ahead. Brendan said, I like this bottle. We're going to get into that. I absolutely love the way this
Yeah.
bottle looks.
Bottle, look at the size of this thing, dude.
I
How
love
many
this
ounces?
bottle, dude.
Doesn't even tell you.
I just love the bottle, and the label is just fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
we're
fantastic.
we're looking at this. Looks like a beer that you have with pizza. You know, this beer, friggin' Danny, typical Buffalo fan. What the hell, Lisa? Hey,
Talk about clear, dude. This is even clearer than the sour. Look at that.
No, you think so?
Wow, dude, I can literally see the other side of the glass. Yeah. No
I don't know.
carbonation.
Yeah, it's got very light carbonation. It's got a hue and hint of redness to it, Nate. What are you smelling in there?
Grain. Like whatever that malt. It's very malty, grassy, grainy. You know, I talked about the rice. I don't smell that, of course. You can't really necessarily smell that, but it just smells like a Budweiser. It smells like a Qingdao.
One of the things that I knew that I was in trouble when I was a kid, like a small kid, like somewhere around 6 and 7, you know, just coming out of being held by my dad. And my dad would always have a smoke in his mouth and a beer in his hand and like burp and like breathe smoke and cigarette. So I always enjoyed the smell of cigarettes and beer. And lo and behold, here I am drinking beers on this show. But I also I used to find all the bottle caps everywhere. And I would smell the bottle caps as a kid. And I just loved the taste. Nate, go ahead, give your bottle cap a good whiff. Oh, it smells delicious. All right, but anyway, yeah, what do you think?
It smells like a bottle cap.
I don't know. I think it encapsulates.
There's something there. But yeah, so I mean, talk about smoking. If you want to smoke, go to Asia.
Yeah.
This and this right here, right? Like so there's a difference between drinking in America and drinking in Asia, right? Like drinking in Asia is more of an accompaniment to eating, right? It's a very big deal. So if you're sitting in a Taiwanese restaurant or you're at a night market, you are accompanying that with beer. It's part of the eating process. Here, It's a little bit different. We go to a bar specifically to drink and drink alone. Not always, but there it's more of it's an addition to your food. So that's kind of why all the beer over there is super light, 4.5%. You'll probably drink 2 or 3 of these in a dinner.
There's also 2 things that I want to point about drinking beer in Asia and China and stuff like that is the cups are really small too.
Yeah.
So they pour them and then they drink them. And then another thing is like they go out and they know what's going to happen, but they hold their face pretty good to it. Like, oh, we're going to go and drink and hang out and have a couple of beers. It's like America, like gets this window of like, dude, let's get friggin' rocked. You know what I mean? And now everyone's like, yeah, I'm going to get smashed. And like, it's like you're going to go and pay for a headache and diarrhea in the morning. You're going to get so drunk.
You're going to torture yourself. Where there it's more like you're drinking. Again, it's just part of it's a secondary purpose to going out. The food is first and the beer is just an accompaniment to the food.
Yeah. Brendan says, get some duck and drink some of that. Yeah. I would love that. Damn. And Marie says, in the Philippines, we drink to get drunk. Yeah, Philippines is very, very different than China. China's in its own stratosphere because Korea and Japan likes to get drunk too. They're especially the great thing about Japan is their culture around baseball is kind of like our culture around football. Like they go to baseball games. And they tailgate at like 4 o'clock in the bar and eat sushi and get hammered and like, you know, drinking up. And then they go to watch the game.
They got those sticks and shit.
Dude, it's great. The woman, usually a younger, hot female, Japanese, will walk around with this giant cooler on her back, like a kegerator, selling Sapporo. I've been to the Tokyo Dome and I've been to Yakult Stadium. And
Sparrows.
Yeah.
I lost my hat. When I was in Japan, I got a Yakult Sparrows hat. I lost it. And you know what? Those things, you can't get one here. I've tried to go on Amazon. I tried to buy them. It's like $150 for me to get one of those hats here.
Yeah, you got to go back. I mean, that's all.
I will be back there many times before I expire.
I would love to do 2 months in Japan, just as long as we're talking travel and beer, because I would do August to the end of September because that brings in two things. It brings in baseball, and you could go to as many different Japanese baseball games. And then at the first week of September, sumo starts.
Sumo.
Yeah.
The other great thing about Taiwan, since we're drinking a Taiwan beer, is that the most unique thing about Taiwan overall is the Japanese Chinese influence, because of this dates back for a long time, back early 1900s, and Japan, I believe, had rule over Taiwan until maybe the 30s, I forget, but so there's a ton of Japanese influence in the architecture, in the people themselves, in the food. So it's very much like they're pulling from China and pulling from Japan, much like Hong Kong pulls from the West and pulls from the East.
Carlos, he only pops up for a great comment. Don't forget geisha season's coming.
I didn't know there was a season.
There's not. All right. So speaking of Asia, I know we're drinking Taiwanese beer. We're talking about Japan. I thought I would bring in today's show and tell. And check this out, Nate. This right here is today's show and tell, and this is from Korea. Check it out. It is a Korean doorbell. An old, ancient Korean doorbell. Okay, if you take a look, it's got a dragon on it. It's got dragons all over. You can't really see clearly because you see my haircut.
But how would you put that on the door?
Well, you could probably set it like this. You don't necessarily look at it in terms of a doorbell where it's like our doorbells. It's just kind of outside the door. Maybe there's like a little platform. And, one of the things, according to an old Korean saying, is a bell implements a righteous spirit and gives rise to hope and a cherished desire in a person. It also alarms people against disaster and gathers people for united action. Okay, in order to bring prosperity, happiness, friendship, and freedom, ring the bell, let everyone know you're here. And I just thought this was really cool. This was given to me by Mr. Choi. Okay, when I moved into my new place, he gave me this really cool Korean bell. I thought I would share this with you guys, especially we're talking about Asia and Asian culture, and this is a beer show, but it revolves around travel. So, yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool. Do you have anything to show us today, Nate?
I don't, but that bell is pretty cool. It's very ornate, which is kind of typical of Asia when it comes to that kind of stuff. Things that are handmade. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I love it, man. Mr. Choi gave it to me. Marissa says, very nice. You need to get one. I might be able to help you out with that one. But, yeah, it's pretty cool, Mr. Choi. And also Mr. Choi, Mr. Sergio Choi. Today is my good buddy Sergio's birthday. So cheers to you, Sergio. I hope that you're
Sergio.
Yay. Yeah. Talking about the best. Okay, if you ever hear me say that, that comes from a man, Sergio. So cheers to you. Yeah. Beach action. That's right. He's a little camera shy, but I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. If you'd hop up on here, I will sing happy birthday to you. Yesterday was Steven's birthday, Brother Steve. I don't know if you guys remember Brother Steve's been on the show.
Yeah, happy birthday, Steve.
Yeah. Yep, and I believe tomorrow is BC's birthday. So if you guys, hopefully we'll be able to see one of those guys pop up. You'll be able to hear me sing a happy birthday. But if not, I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. That is show and tell. Now it's time for What Would You Rather? Nate, are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. What Would You Rather is going to be a lot of fun. Oh, man. I'm looking at the notes. I might have screwed something up here. Happy birthday, Sergio. Much love. Okay. Nate, I'm going to throw something on you. Do you think you could come up with a number 5? A question off the top of your head, something gross, something disgusting? Save it for number 5.
Okay, let me think about it.
All right. So going on to number 1.
So you want it to be disgusting, just to clarify?
Nah, yeah. Yeah, think of something gross. Blood, sperm, eye fluid, something like,
Sperm.
Sorry, guys. This is what it's like. Stephen and BC Epic Christmas Show. The Edward Forty Hands. Still the number one most viewed show. Yeah, we'd love to bring that one back. But I'll be home this Christmas, so we'll see what happens. Let's get on to what would you rather. You can go ahead and let me know in the comments below what you would do. But what I really appreciate is if you wait till after the show and let me know. So going with number one, where would you rather go? I'm going to give you tickets. You can go here or you can go there. But the first place we're going to go to, let me just find it real quick. Would you rather go to, hang with me now, Melbourne, Australia?
Not right now.
Melbourne. Check it out. Beautiful looking city. Why not right now?
It's not a good time to be in Melbourne at the moment.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. With all the anti-vaccine passport thing, Australia is in a bit of a pickle at the moment.
Oh, really? I mean, look at it.
Big time, dude. Big time.
Beautiful city. I did not know this. Check that river out that's flowing through the downtown area. Looks like you got some parks there. Yeah, have you been there, Nate?
No, I didn't go to Melbourne. I've been to Sydney, but Melbourne it's on the southern part of Australia, I believe, southern central, if you would look at the entire country. So I never got down there. It's pretty far away from Sydney. Yeah,
it's a great looking city. It's a great looking place. They speak English there, so if that's your thing, if you like English speaking countries, because it's a little bit easier, that might be something that you're interested in. But overall, it is a beautiful looking place, and I think that if I get a chance to travel again, I can't wait to get going again. I definitely would take that in consideration. So the second one is, what would you rather? Would you rather go there? San Juan, Puerto Rico. Look at that, dude. Okay, now this is one of their older neighborhoods, so they're not all like that. They definitely have a downtown metropolitan area that's more like a city-looking place with beautiful ocean water, beaches, this kind of stuff. But take a look at this old neighborhood. I think it's fantastic. I think it's just one of the most coolest-looking places that you can find. Either place would be a dream destination. But for me, if I had to choose one, I would go to San Juan, Puerto Rico. It just, for me, Puerto Rican culture in New York is very prominent. So I'm friends with a lot of Puerto Rican people. I love their culture, the baseball, the music, the food. And, take a look at that old neighborhood I just showed you. How can you beat that? Nate, where would you rather go?
Yeah, I think I'll agree with that since I've been to Australia, even though I haven't been to Melbourne. I have not been to Puerto Rico. And I just had to cancel. We had to cancel the trip to Cabo, so I would love to go to the beach. San Juan.
San Juan. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Oh, my goodness. Yes. PR stepdad there. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh, is San Juan a coastal city?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Going with number two. All right. Who would you rather watch? Would you rather watch Angelina Jolie? Okay. Tomb Raider action, right? She was really good in that one with Brad Pitt when they were married called Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I really liked her in that. And, we're not going to talk about her directorial movies, but her as an actress. Would you rather watch her or Charlize Theron? Okay. Do you like Charlize Theron, Nate?
Yes. She's
becoming quite the action superhero. She's doing amazing stuff. Love her movies. She's not A-list actress with looks, but also a bit of badass look to her. She's got something a little bit different. Obviously, the roles that they cast her in, she had amazing layups on that one. She knocks it out the park each time. It's a tough call, but I really like Angelina Jolie. I like her as a person off screen, so I'm kind of tilting a little that way. I'm going to go with Angelina Jolie. What about you, Nate?
This is a tough one for me. I prefer neither. But,
Juridic says neither, too.
Yeah, I'm not. And I don't know how you can ever know how these people are off camera, but
True.
I'm just going to assume that they're both good, decent people. I have no idea. I guess Angelina Jolie. I don't know. There's something about the adoption of the kids. Charlize Theron's a bit of a spinster. Seems to have lost her way. Angelina Jolie.
Well, you're exactly right about that. It's like I've never met these people in person, but going off of interviews and things that I see, and coming from an actor's perspective, I would like to work with Angelina Jolie. I just think it would be cool, whether or not I can obviously get there as an actor or get hired by her as a director. I just like her vibe, and so we never truly know, and that's the shitty part about it. We're really quick to judge, but we'll never really know these people. Marissa laughs at it. Awesome. Drunatic. No, I don't, Martin. So I had to address that. Nate's more of a Meryl Streep fan.
I mean, she's awesome. I mean, as an actress.
Yeah, she's gone a little Robert De Niro on us, but, your eyebrows. All right, going on with number 3. Okay, number 3, let's get back into the food party. Okay, which would you rather? Ooh. Would you rather eat Khao Pa-tay, or sometimes known as banh mi? And let me give you guys a little. Ooh. You like banh mi? Now, I said it in the Laotian. Okay, Khao Pa-tay. That is also pretty much the same sandwich food. Look at that, though. Vietnam calls it the banh mi sandwich, but you can see the tofu, carrots. You got some kind of weird grizzled pork going on there, but really tasty sandwich. Me and Nate ate a bunch of those in Vietnam. It's a delicious flavor. It's become quite hip the last couple of years here in California. I'm not sure if your city has it a lot, but people really enjoy it. It's a delicious sandwich for a cheap price. It brings in all kinds of flavors, and it is the heart of Southeast Asia. Or would you rather try something from Buffalo, New York called the Stinger? Boom.
What the hell is that? Hold on. Can I try to dissect that one before? Is that so? There's cheese. Is that chicken fingers?
That is.
What is the meat? Is it like cheesesteak meat or a burger? What is
cheesesteak meat? Look at that. That is
insane.
That is the Stinger, guys. One more
look. Is that blue cheese on there?
Yep. That's blue cheese dripping from it. It is so good. And guys, I'm telling you, I'm going to be doing a video of the Stinger from the most famous place in Buffalo that serves them up. I'm really excited about it. So get ready for that Food Friday. This fall, I'll be trying out the Stinger. I love the banh mi or the Khao Pa-tay. I love that sandwich. It's delicious. But for me, got to go with Buffalo's own, the Stinger. Nate?
Okay, so I have from the banh mi, from the Vietnamese sandwich, obviously the French influence over there. They're all over the place in Vietnam. They cost about 75 cents. They're absolutely delicious. And it's tough for me to say this, but that Stinger, I've never heard of it. I've never seen anything like it. It's got, I'm from Pennsylvania, so just outside Philadelphia, so the cheesesteak matters to me. The fact it looks like it's buffalo chicken fingers on there with blue cheese dressing. Dude, that thing, I have to try it. I got to do it with you in Buffalo at whatever that restaurant's called. So I'm going to go with the Stinger.
The Stinger, there it is. Frequest the Stinger. Guys, you won't be disappointed. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to get home and start eating the Stinger. All right, going on with number 4. It's a really quick one. Which do you prefer to drive, a truck or a car? Now, if you've never drove a truck, because a lot of people have never actually drove a truck, it is a different experience. You are sitting higher, you are sitting wider, but it drives differently than a car. For me personally, I drove cars for many years, but I would prefer a truck. Over the last 6 years, 5 years, something like that, 5-6 years, I started driving SUVs and trucks, and I won't go back. I absolutely love it. I do like a minivan, but for me, it's a truck. Nate, what about you?
Truck.
Marissa, truck, nice. Marissa says the Stinger. All right, getting a lot of love. Marie says a truck, very cool. Truck for Marissa, pickup, yeah,
absolutely, dude. Truck.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, I don't know what happened. I put in the wrong number 5. I put in last week's number 5, so I'm leaving it to the guy with the fresh haircut. Nate, give us number 5.
All right, so since we've got a beer from Taiwan, we got a beer from Kansas City. I'm going to deconstruct that a little bit, right? So one of the biggest food, when you think of food from Kansas City, Danny, what do you think of?
Ribs.
barbecue, right?
Dry rub barbecue.
So
Ribs.
pig, right? And then in Taiwan, I'm kind of taking a dim sum approach a little bit, but I'm taking the chicken. So chicken feet from Asia for Americans is going to be gross, right? But I'm going to take it one step further. And for the pig side of it, pig ears. Now I'm going to go one step further than that. The toenails of chicken feet, would you rather eat the toenails from chicken feet exclusively? Just the toenails. Or
that's crunchy.
The earwax from the pig ear. What would you rather? The toenails from the chicken feet or the earwax from the pig ear? What would you rather? For me, they're both horrifically awful. I would probably want to try the earwax from the pig just to say that I've tried it because I've eaten the toenail before. It's kind of gross. It gets stuck in between your teeth. Yeah, so for me, I'm going to go the earwax from the pig ear.
Yeah, that is pretty gross. But I got to say, I'm probably in there with you, Nate. As I get older, not only my eyes going, but the insides of my teeth are going. So all those 80s cavities that might be falling off, and I don't know. It's kind of like eating grape nuts that never get soft. So chicken toenails, I'm not sure if I'm interested. And I think you're right. As much as I don't like earwax, I mean, even as a kid, all kids pick their nose and eat it, whatever, gross, disgusting. But if you've ever picked your ear and taken a lick, not saying I have, but I heard it's pretty bad.
Terrible.
But I'm interested in it. I'm interested in the taste of it. And I would like to say, hey, I ate Taiwanese pig earwax. So, yes, I'm going with the pure pig earwax. Nice twist on it. Marissa says gross face. Looks like she's getting sick. Hey, I'm all eats over here.
I mean, you're supposed to be grossed out. That's the purpose, right? Toenails are too hard to eat. That's also a good point. That's why they get stuck in your teeth. Yeah,
I mean, that was the original What Would You Rather. If you guys remember, it was, would you rather eat a toenail sandwich? Like you find 50 people at your local mall and you clip their toenails and fingernails and you make a sandwich out of it. Or you take those same 50 people and you shave off their pubic hair and you tube it up into a hot dog.
Dude, that is so foul. I mean, I would have to. Can we redo that? I would have to do the toenail. That is so disgusting that I would say that. But you made a pubic hair hot dog, and I can't eat
it. That's where we started when we started doing this. Calvin says neither. I'm sorry, guys. Joe says
stupid.
Stop it.
Toenail grinder.
Yeah,
hey, we have 20 people.
We only have 11. But,
wow! Oh wow! I expected more today.
I did too, but I wanted to do another bong. If you want to, we can.
It's got to be 20 people, or there's no integrity to it.
Yeah, he's right, guys. I'm sorry. I wanted to do the bong, but unless we get 20, we're not doing it. Tom, you're almost there. You're 60% there. Moving on, guys. This is what we're drinking: the Taiwan Beer. Okay, enough of toenails and pubic hairs and all kinds of disgusting things like this. It's what you expect in a rich macro beer. Okay, it gives you that beer taste. You can see the carbonation is already flattened out, so it looks like somebody left this cup on a pool table and somewhere in Rocky Mount, and you just had one hell of a night, and you decided to finish it off with somebody else's beer. But if it's cold, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of when you're in Taiwan, right? Like the great thing about those you're in Taipei or if you're in Hong Kong, you literally just go to a 7-Eleven, grab a can of beer, walk down the street with it.
Yeah,
that's the nostalgia I get when I'm drinking this beer is exactly that. Going into a 7-Eleven or a Circle K or whatever's available, grabbing this big ass bottle and walking down the street and drinking it when it is 95 degrees and as humid as you can imagine.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I miss that the most of China. How they just kind of really, truly leave you to be free. That you're going to drink a beer. And yeah, people don't understand that. Yes, the governments are pretty strict and stuff like that. But as far as the everyday regular people, I always felt a little more free over there. Did you, Nate?
Well, yeah. So we talk about this all the time, like the harmony, right? There's a harmony over there. So yes, the government itself is a communist regime, whatever, but the people, they just fall in line within those parameters. And if you do that, you're good.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just good. Even when you're driving, here you have the opportunity to get pulled over for speeding. There, they have it set up where you know where the speed traps are. It's literally a huge camera that will, if you're speeding, you get caught. So it's just the way that they set up over there is different. The freedoms are more than you would think for a communist regime. It's misconstrued, and I agree with you. It's actually more so free in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Where is nuts? Lisa said, happy Sunday, bro. Grocery shopping. No problem. Okay, freak. She is only my sister, not my wife. Very cool. I don't know what that's talking about. Martin says, Baron Loker. Okay, Martin, Baron Loker. Okay.
No idea.
They are speaking Danish again, and I absolutely love it. Overall, really good beer. Tasting a lot of rice going on, especially with the aftertaste. But let's move on. It's time for what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Okay, what I'm reading, Nate, I'm reading this. The book that I had for a long time. I picked it up a long time ago, never really finished it. I just felt like it was good to read now, especially with everything that's been going on. And, this is The Forbidden Face, okay? And this talks about a young girl that left Afghanistan when the Taliban took over about 20 years ago and what her life is. She's now in London because she had to escape from the country. But watching all these current events, watching what's going on in Afghanistan right now, this is what was going on 20 years ago when the Taliban took over. And this young girl, actually, her name is Latifa, talks about her story and what it was like to be a young girl who was being educated, who was going through the school system, and then have everything come to a screeching halt, where she had to escape her country, and she still feared for her life for many years from the Taliban for writing this book. Interesting perspective. It's really weird because reading this book now, the relevancy that I'm watching on the news and then going back to this book, it's almost like the same parallel time. But you have to remember this was 20 years before. So interesting book. This is what I'm reading. It's called The Forbidden Face. If you happen to check it out or get a chance to look at it, read it, I think it's definitely worth having that perspective. Hey, you reading anything?
Yeah, so I'm reading this magazine. It's called Brew. I got this from one of my friends. They gave me a bunch of them. And the reason I'm reading this one in particular, because they talk about cloning craft canned beer at home. So I'm reading a little bit about that. It's quite interesting. This is actually back from 2012. So
Whoa.
10 years ago, at the beginning of this whole craze. So when you read through this, it's kind of interesting to see what the mindset was 10 years ago at, I don't want to say the infancy stage. It wasn't, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is today. So this is kind of like the beginning of the craze. So it's interesting to go back in time and kind of read about it.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely like that because, over the last 9 years or whatever, the explosion has happened, right? When we were in China at that time, so we missed that part. So when you're going back and piecing that together with reading that magazine, I'm sure you're starting to put together like, wow, I remember when I was in Shenzhen at that time. So interesting. I'm sure we'll talk about it later after the show. What am I watching? Man, so pissed that all the shows that I like get canceled because it's only did one season. But you know what? If I ever get a chance to act with this guy, it would really be a dream come true. I'm talking about Tony Danza, and I'm watching The Good Cop. Guys, he's one of the best actors we've ever seen. I mean, literally. No, don't give me that look, dude. Okay? Don't give me that look. The guy went from Taxi to Who's the Boss for 8 seasons. So, I mean, those were mega shows. Then he went on to do a lot of movies. I forget, he probably was in there with a couple other shows. Then he completely walked away from acting to become a high school teacher. All right? Went and did that, and now he's back. He did the show called The Good Cop. That's what I'm watching, season 1. It's awesome. If you get a chance to check it out. I love Tony Danza because he's of that traditional actor mode, where they call him a triple threat, where he sings, he dances, and he acts. You know, he's an incredible singer. He's an incredible musician, and he definitely can act. So hopefully one day I'll get a chance to work with him, Steven Van Zandt, and Sylvester Stallone. That would be a great combo. But yeah, there it is, guys. That's what I'm watching. Nate, what are you watching these days?
So I just watched Godzilla versus Kong. Did anybody else, or did you watch that?
I'm dying to watch it.
Dude, it's good.
That's my favorite.
So I'm not a huge action kind of film guy. I don't really care for it, but it was really good. Like it was, I don't want to call it gripping or anything like that. It's not the kind of movie. It's a popcorn flick. But if you like those two characters and you like action movies, check out Godzilla versus Kong. I thought it was really good. I would watch it again.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting on that for me to get like a TV. So now I have a TV. I might even get into that tonight, but
it's good. Cool, man. Yeah, you will love it. You will absolutely love it.
Well, I love the first one. Kong 1 and Kong 2 were awesome. Friggin' amazing, man. Jack Black, and then Kong 2 was just as good with the Samuel Jackson. What am I listening to? Going back to Africa, guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was in the Peace Corps for a short period before I was medically separated. And I went ahead and I brought back the best of Zambian folk music. So listen to a lot of that stuff. Just brings back a lot of good memories, a period in my life where I felt like a major shift happened, something changed, something snapped in my life where I saw the perspective. And, part of that was the music, and it brings back a lot of good memories. That's what I'm listening to. Zambia is a great country full of wonderful people. Nate, what are you listening to?
What is that, Danny?
Allman Brothers?
Harvest by Neil Young. So,
really?
yeah, I'm not a massive country guy, but I'm kind of going through this process of going through the top 100 albums of all time, right? Taking a week and listening to one. So this one is Harvest from Neil Young, out on the weekend. Old Man, Heart of Gold. Are You Ready for the Country? If you guys have an opportunity to check this album out from 1972, 73, 72, it is absolutely phenomenal if you like old school country. This is it's not Hank Williams Jr., but it's basically somewhere between that and new age country. So I absolutely love it. It's a lot of ballads. It's very soft, quite beautiful. Check it out. Harvest by Neil Young.
Cool. Yeah, I think I will. I did something similar to that where I went back to the Billboard 100, top 100s of the year I was born, and then I listened to every year. So that's cool that you're doing that. I'm kind of like Neil Young. I don't like Bob Dylan.
You don't like Bob Dylan?
I don't. Yeah.
You don't like his voice? You don't like his style?
Style, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, he's kind of unique. I mean, he was so prolific as a songwriter, but that's the crazy thing about Dylan is the songs never stuck with me as much as you would expect someone of his caliber for those songs to actually stick with me. I like it, but it's just not, I don't find it to be as brilliant as many other people do. Yeah,
me too. It's kind of like now I see the brilliance in Quentin Tarantino. In the beginning, I didn't. And when I said that, people jumped on me all the time. I don't see the brilliance in Bob Dylan. But it just didn't stick with me. Lisa loves him. Lunatic, Your Year was good. Normal, No Fashion. Very good, guys. So it doesn't look like we're going to get 20 people in the room, but we're still enjoying this delicious beer from Taiwan. Hey, let's go ahead and whack it back. It's world-class beer brewed in Taiwan, and go ahead and give it a score. Delicious. Nothing like spending a Sunday morning having a beer with you. So I appreciate it, guys. Really looking forward to what this year wraps down to. Now that Nate's not here, I'll go ahead and bring this up real quick. I know we're talking about pushing for 30 people to get Nate the tattoo, 20 people for a beer. But one thing that I really do want to ask is, I'm about 500 subscribers away from 6,000. Now, I know that seems like, wow, well, you've been doing it for a couple years, 2.5 years, maybe close to 3 years. But as I continue to grow and develop and bring new shows and kind of bring in this channel, I'm getting closer to more and more subscribers, which means more and more of an audience, which means a lot of other things. So if you could, please help me try to get to 6,000 by the end of this year. I really appreciate it. If you can, go ahead, comment, share, tell somebody, tell your friends, family, whoever about any one of the shows on my channel. Maybe they'll be interested. It's a huge world out there. There's lots of stuff to watch, but maybe they'll find me a little interesting. And if they're a beer drinker, I'm sure they're going to go ahead and love this show. But that is a big push for the end of the year. I'm hoping that I can get to 6,000. Let's see if we can do it and start off 2022 in a really fun way. Because 2022, I'm hitting the international travel road. And I think that has really brought a stall to the whole Travel Man Dan show, or not. Who knows? I'm still having a great time. We've grown this particular show. So I just wanted to go ahead and ask you, please, if you could, support it and go ahead and spread the word. Thanks so much. Tom says Bob Dylan is a genius in his era, was a bad take at the time, bad take now. See, Tom gets it. Yeah, very smart guy. The way he said it, he did things that I can't even imagine. I've never can't write a song one time. But me personally, I'm just not into it. Look for more guests coming in September. Look for some schedule changes. So wherever you are in the world, things are going to change for the next 4 months, but we'll probably keep it around 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time most of the weeks due to football. Shortly after the Super Bowl, it'll come back to this 10 a.m. Guys, this is what we drank. It's the Taiwan beer. It was a delicious beer. I felt like once Nate had made the impression of that it was brewed with rice, that's all I tasted. I just tasted the flavor of rice. Yeah, it had a subtle impact in me as I was drinking through the bottle, but overall, it grew on me. I feel like it's a good macro beer. It's a good beer that you taste in China, and much different than your Japanese dry beer, but still a delicious beer. I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 3.0. I agree. It's a pretty decent macro. It's still a macro. The flavor profile, unless I'm there, if I'm in Taiwan and I'm just pulling these cans out of a 7-Eleven or these bottles and going to a night market, of course, I'm going to enjoy it because of this nostalgia in the moment. But taste overall, I'm actually going to do a 2.5.
Ooh, going with the sour swill. All right, price. What do we pay for this, Nate?
$1.99.
$1.99. Okay.
This is a big bottle.
Very big bottle. Much bigger than this one. Different taste. So there, I think that's pretty good. But
20 ounces, by the way, 20.
So I'm going to get, 20 ounces. So almost double than what we were drinking before. For $1.99, I think that's a good price. If I gave the sours a 3.5, I'm going to give the Taiwan beer bottle a 4.0.
3.5 for me. It's properly priced. It's not aggressively priced. It's not stupidly priced. So 3.5, I feel it's like right in that range where it should be.
Yeah, Drunatic, I feel you. Thanks, Nate. I just get bored. Like, I'm not oppressed. I'm not sad about everything. Okay, I don't feel it. I just get snoozed out, right? But going back to the design, this is what Brendan said before. He likes the bottle. This is what I was so intrigued for. I absolutely love this bottle. This bottle reminds me of Laverne and Shirley. This bottle reminds me of Shirkston Beach in the 80s. It just reminds me of a bottle of beer. Okay, this is the type of bottle of beer that I like. I'm going to go ahead and give this bottle a 5.0.
What?
Yep. I like it that much. I like it that much. It's big. Right. It's big. I feel like, look, another thing I want to bring in, I feel like the handle on this thing. Look at this. Like you can handle this. I know it looks weird. I know it looks gross. But you're grabbing the neck of this thing. I can't grab a regular neck like this, okay? Maybe a Pacifico because it's longer, and hopefully we'll get 30 people in the room. But also, I like this. Martin Shock, too. Yeah, 5.0. I like this bottle that much. I like the simplicity and the basic look of it. I think it's outstanding.
So I'm going to go 4.0 because I do like it. And what you can't see there, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it has the rice grains. You see that? in yellow. It's so subtle unless you really look close. But first of all, I like the fact it's just called Taiwan Beer. Like, I feel that the simplicity of that is actually quite beautiful. In the bottling, the cans are even cooler, I have to say. I actually like the can better than the bottle. The can is literally just a white/silver can that says Taiwan Beer on it. That's it.
Yeah.
But this 4.0, I love it. The simplicity, I completely agree. I'm old school when it comes to that. Look at how nice that looks. It just looks good. 4.0.
Yeah. Accessibility. Well, look, this brewery's been around since 1919, so over 100 years. It's anywhere in Asia, any pretty much popular city in the world has an Asian market. You can go there and you could probably find that. I feel like the accessibility is very good on this beer. And Nate, would you say it's a 4.5?
No, I'll do 4.0. But it's because it's just it's not Qingdao, it's not Budweiser, it's not Guinness. So it's going to be a cut below those. It will be more regional in nature. In Asia, it's going to be everywhere. Africa, maybe not. Europe, probably not, at least outside of the major metropolitan cities. So 4.0.
And that's exactly what I gave it. Not the 4.5 is the 4.0 because it's not Qingdao. It's not going to be found everywhere. You can go, like even here in LA, it's going to be tough to find in a lot of places. But if I go to an Asian supermarket, it'll be easier to find. So it's still better than most. TMD X Factor, I don't know. The fact that Jasmine was drinking it, the fact that I have a lot of friends from Taiwan, the fact that this beer has a great bottle, I think that all these things kind of bring me closer to wanting to get back to Asia and go to Taiwan to drink it. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at a score of a 3.5. There's nothing that really grabs me about the TMD factor other than that it's from Asia, and then hope to get back there. 3.5 for this one.
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to go just slightly above that, a 4.0, because I've been to Taiwan, because I drank this beer in a Taiwanese night market, which is really, in my opinion, what this beer is for. So the nostalgia for me, I think back, and I think back very fondly. So I just like the beer as a macro beer. Would I search for it on something if I was trying to share it with other people? No, I wouldn't. But it has its moment. It has its place. 4.0.
Nice. Wow, guys, listen, this is my score in my opinion. So whether you like it or not, I'm not sure. But so I'm going to go ahead and just come right out there. I gave the Taiwan Beer a score of 20. That's what it scored with, a 20. Now, the design definitely helps. Look, I'm not afraid to go for something. If I like something, I like it. And there's nothing that's going to get in my way. I'm going to talk about it. I love it. I felt like the price really bumped this one up. And hey, when do we ever get a 4.0 in accessibility? Very rarely here on the show. So the beer was driven up. I gave this a 20. I'm happy to drink it. Now, the overall taste wasn't great, but everything else really added to reviewing this beer at such a high score. Nate, what did you give it?
Yeah, so I mean, it's funny because we're not beer snobs. All right. If this was like a craft beer guy tasting this, he would probably give it a 1 across the board.
Exactly.
But for me, I'm not operating that way. This is a beer that's being sold globally. It's obviously doing something right, and there's a place for it, and that is easy drinking, approachability, cheap, accessible. Eat it with or drink it with food. So I like that. For me, it's very deserving of an 18 score.
Very good.
I'm not as bullish as Danny at 20, but 18 even for this, I think, is a quality score. 18.
Wonderful score. And that's exactly right, Nate. We're not two dipsticks out here being snobby about everything. One, we don't have beards. Two, we don't have really tight clothes. Nate sometimes wears tight clothes, but it's all in your impression of how you ask somebody, do you like beer? What's your favorite beer? A lot of people and the regular atmosphere out there and stuff, they say, yeah, I like a Coors Light or a Michelob or a Budweiser and stuff, and that's fine. And then you always have those snobby people that are like down on those beers. Yes, those beers are light. They're different, okay? They're not as strong. They don't have as much flavor, but you can't drink 15 of them. So what we do here on the show is we give you an honest opinion based off the 5 categories we have, and we give you what we feel. Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I definitely suggest you try out both beers if you get a chance. Have Joel, and that's because his music is too boring to remember.
Just to kind of piggyback off that, like what I try to do from my own perspective is rate this beer versus other beers that are in its category. I'm not going to rate this beer versus a nitro stout from a very highly reputable microbrew here in the States. This is going to be compared to Qingdao. It's going to be compared to Sapporo, to Budweiser, to Heineken, right? It's a macro beer. So, and it's not just about how good it tastes. There's a lot of things that go into it. So we're not trying to be snotty or snooty. We're just trying to give you a real opinion, real time, and how we like that beer at that moment.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I'm not going to, go back on any of the scores I give it. That's what I give it. And I think that I really like the design of this bottle of beer. Anyway, nobody's contesting that. That's just what we're feeling the right to go ahead and say. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is what we reviewed today. Some delicious beers. Check them out. The links are down in the description below. Please, if you get a chance, go ahead and comment. Let us know your what would you rather. If you want to throw in that bonus, what would you rather from the OG hot dog and sandwich, be sure to. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave you with the quote of the week. And the quote of the week is this, guys. Kind of piggybacks off of what I was just talking about how much work and effort it takes just to get to 6,000 subscribers. I'm not there yet, but hopefully we will be before 2022 flips over. But this is how I read this somewhere out there. I forget where I saw it, probably on Instagram, and it captured me and stuff. It's an anonymous quote, and this quote really resonated with me because it said, some of us are building from scratch. We have no inheritance, no connections, no backups, just our blood, sweat, and skills. And that really resonated with me because here I am trying to do this thing. I put everything into my spare time. You guys don't see this part of me, but I don't go out with friends anymore. I don't hang out. I don't socialize as much as I used to. I work on this show. I put my blood, my sweat, and whatever skill I think I have into it. And I'm starting from scratch. So it might take me a little bit longer. I have no inheritance. I can't dump money into this thing. I still work 50 hours a week at a regular job. And, I have no connections in this. I definitely try to get out there. And if I make connections, that's because I friggin' made them. Okay. And no backups. Okay. This is what I'm rolling with. This is what we're doing. And this really resonated with me. And I hope that you can apply this to your life and go ahead and make it relative to your life. Because whatever you're trying to do out there, whether it's a creative YouTube channel or you want to go ahead and start an online business where you're going ahead and knitting blankets, or you're going ahead and you're starting a new restaurant, or you're becoming a scholar and you're going to school, however it applies to you, you can take this and look at it and say, you know what? Nobody owes you anything. Okay? You have to use your blood, your sweat, and your skills to get there. You might then have connections. Later on, you might have an inheritance to give somebody, but you created it yourself. You pulled it from scratch. You made it from what you had, which was nothing at the point when you wanted to start it, into something that you wanted and that you envisioned. And I love this quote, and that's what it reminds me of. I hope that you guys can relate. I hope that you can kind of see it through the lens of where I am, but also put it into your perspective and how it relates to you and your lifestyle. Nate, what do you think about that, man?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, if there's anything that you and I talk about, it's showing up every day, regardless of the situation that you're in. Show up, try to make it happen. You create your own luck through just being present. So if you're able to do that, then that's a win.
Yeah. Crazy. You still have to work so many hours. Yeah, I know. That's the American dream, but I wouldn't complain. I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing that out. If I ever can make that flip, we'll see how it goes. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for hanging here. Great beers, the chill vibes. I actually might even try to go get another one. Delicious beer. Thank you to all of you that continue to support, continue to show up. Taiwan Beer was a delicious beer. Love the score. Nate, thank you so much for being here. You provide a wealth of information, and you're you are my best friend. I love it when you're here and you're present and you're working hard on the show. Thank you so much. And to all of you, thank you once again. Nate, do you have any closing argument? No.
No, we're not arguing. Just happy to be here and look forward to seeing you all next week. 30 people, and I will get the tattoo.
On your neck.
No.
Yes.
My forehead.
No. Dude, on your cheek, like 6'9" Takashi. So then by him, Marissa says, adios, Carlos Z. Marissa, great show. Thank you so much. Everyone, Drew the Tick, thank you for a great show. This is Nate the Test Bunny. I'm Travel Man Dan. Remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye, guys. See you later. Jazz hands.